Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. Today I have some Typhoon Mark 1 relay gameplay for you on Norway. I do have to apologize though because I did start the recording a little bit too late. So it's a bit messy with the intro and the fact that the game actually already starts, but we'll have to work with it for now. So I just got engaged by a G6 which has gun pods. So I took a little bit of damage, nothing too serious though, just some minor tail damage, which doesn't really affect my flight performance that much. Now, I haven't flown the Typhoon in a long time. The only Typhoon that I recently flew was about 2 months ago, and that was the 1B, and that left a really bad impression on me, and therefore I thought, this plane is not really that good, or at least not my kind of playstyle. But this game most definitely changed my opinion on it. Now, what I do here is I turn around because I see that there's a friendly Spitfire trying to give chase to him. So what I try and do is I make him turn so that he gives a full wingspan to shoot at for my friendly Spitfire, but the friendly Spitfire actually gets taken out by him, so that didn't really work out like I wanted it to. Now, as you can see here, the Typhoon is really quite good at keeping up its speed in level flight, so I managed to actually get away from a 109 with not too much issues. Now I see that there's another 109 coming right for me. Now this guy obviously is able to catch up with me because he came out of a dive a little bit. He has more energy than me, so what I do now is I cut my throttle and I go straight down. This forces him to gain energy while I don't gain that much because I cut my throttle, and people don't generally know that. So he overshoots, I get some shots in, don't really do any damage though, which, well, doesn't matter too much because he turns in right in front of me again and I get a critical hit on him. I try and go after him, leading not too well there, and I'm just gonna take a few pot shots at him, but I decide that it's not worth the risk going after him and spending all that ammo, especially because my team is almost all down at the deck already, so I really don't want to waste my altitude. I keep an eye on him just to see where he's going, and now I'm gonna have to make a decision where I'm gonna go. I can either go in front where there are quite a bit of enemies, but then I actually notice that our friendly Corsair is being harassed by two 109s, which, well, he will need some help with that because the Corsair is not really that good of a plane, in my opinion. I really don't like it. Now, I cut my throttle here to dive on them because the Typhoon is a very heavy plane and it catches speed in and dive quite rapidly, and you really don't want to compress when you're diving down on someone that is so low at the deck because that can become a very bad experience. Now, I make a mistake here. I go for the guy that was already critted, thinking that he was the guy that I didn't crit earlier. So I think that the guy that is now shooting at the friendly Corsair is the one that is critted, which is a mistake on my part. What could have very definitely cost him his life, which is quite unfortunate. But in the meantime, our team has been reduced to 3 and me, so that makes 4 in total, which is not very good. And the enemy has quite a few more planes up. Now, the only place that I can see the enemies at is over their airfield, over their forward airfield on the peninsula there. And, well, there's 3 people around them. Around one guy, second guy just of the enemy team just entered the fight as well. So I'm going to be heading over there because that's, well, the only logical place where to go. However, 2 planes just crashed with each other, a German one and one of ours, so that reduces it to only 2. And then I see a ME410 approaching. Now, he is coming directly for me, but I'm at this point not too sure what I really want to do. I don't really think that the 410 poses very much of a threat to me, but, I mean, he is really going for me, so I'm gonna just do a quick little shooting, maybe get a lucky kill or some crits, but I don't get anything, and I'm just gonna let him do his business. Now, the Fokker Wolf actually killed the only remaining player
somewhat close to me, the only one that is left is a Mustang down at the deck, and then out of nowhere I hear a plane engine, and that is actually an enemy Focke-Wulf. And don't ask me how, but this guy really should have been able to kill me, and he really should have punched my ticket, but he didn't, so I get lucky. Now, the 410 is coming back around. I'm gonna put a burst into him, maybe get some early shots and maybe a kill out of it, but again, only some hits. He does hit me in return, but doesn't really do any damage. Now, the enemy Focke-Wulf is still somewhere up above me, and I don't want him to get as much of a surprise jump on me as he did last time. Now, I cut my throttle again, as I see that he's diving on me, and he has a lot of energy. So I make him overshoot by cutting my throttle and just maneuvering a bit to lose some more airspeed. I put a quick burst into him. I actually end up connecting them, presumably quite a bit of heavy engine damage, as he is really smoking. He's also either leaking fuel or coolant, so he is really quite crippled, and he's actually gonna end up crashing. Now, as you can see, the enemy Focke-Wulf is attempting to land on his airfield right there, and I see the Mustang actually going for him, which really is quite a stupid thing to do, because as everyone really knows by now, the AA is really quite accurate, but now that he died, the enemy AA is opening up on me, so I'm just gonna try and get out of there relatively fast. However, the Focke-Wulf that was landing has now actually crashed. So that only leaves 2 enemy planes up, one of which is unspotted, and a 410 which is making a break for, well, I at this stage presume it was going to be his flag tower that they have there at their mini bases. Now, I'm going to be putting a little jump cut here, as there's going to be some flying around, and it's just quite boring, so I will see you once the action resumes. Now, while we were following this ME410, just casually flying, we actually spot the other enemy, which is a 109, so I'm going to be going for him instead. Now, he has clearly seen me, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for a little head-on just to get some early shots, and he does that as well, actually, something which I didn't expect, and he goes straight up. I am quite slow in my upward maneuver as well, so he actually is going to have some guns on here. I try my best to evade it, and what we're going to do right now is we're going to go into a stall fight. Now, I know the 109 G6, it is very good at stall fighting, and, well, this was the first time I tried stall fighting with the Typhoon. And, well, it was a bit tense. This was really quite something new to try, especially with the Typhoon, and knowing how well the G6 can do this. Although knowing how well the G6 can do this is quite an advantage. Now, I tried to get some shots on there, didn't quite get them on target, so I'm going to cut my throttle here again, and trying to make him stay in front of me instead of the other way around, and I actually managed to kill him here, which at the time I was quite surprised about because of the camera angle, and I didn't think my guns were anywhere near on target, but they were, so we kill him, and we managed to get our 4th kill of the game, which I'm quite happy about. Now, I'm going to be putting another jump cut here because it's going to be quite a while before we actually find this other guy, so I will see you once we get there. Now, I've been flying around for a little bit, trying to find this guy. I actually ended up using a blind hunt order because I really didn't feel like waiting around for him to finally show up. So what we're doing right now is we're just diving for him, and as you can see, the Typhoon really can go quite fast. It's quite a good plane overall. Now, as you can see, he's actually trying to shoot me with his rear gunners from this range already, which, well, bless the guy. He's trying. Now, I actually think that this guy has overheated his engines quite a lot, because he actually has almost no speed, and as you will see here, he is stalling out just by trying to turn, and once we get a bit closer to him, we will actually see that he has his engines off. So, well, that was a very easy kill. Now, that was it for today. A nice 5-kill Typhoon game. I do hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one.